Hi everybody, Tammy here, and I wanted to take a moment to introduce you to the app called Flipgrid. Some of you may already be familiar with it, and we're going to be using it quite a bit, most likely over the next year. So I wanted to make sure everybody was up to speed on it and kind of show you around a little bit, maybe answer any questions that you have hopefully about it. So let's get started. So as a teacher, the first thing you would do if you don't have an account already is to sign up right here for an account at the educator sign up. And then once you are established, use your Google account with the school district, and then you will log in right here. I'm going to log in with my Google account. And then I'm in. So I established Flipgrid a few years ago. So what you're going to see is some things over the years that I've used. Okay, so let's talk about some of the basics for Flipgrid. So in Flipgrid, you have a grid, and you may just have one grid as a teacher. So if I'm a fourth grade teacher, it might just be Whitaker fourth grade, and that's the only grid that I have. And within that grid, I will have various and multiple topics. A topic is a prompt, is an idea for the students to respond to with their little video shot that they can use with an app on their phone, which makes this really easy, or they can even use it on their Chromebooks. So very, very easy to use. So again, we have one grid, or if you have several preps, you might have a different grid for each prep. The good thing about Flipgrid is that they merged with Microsoft a couple of years back, and so everything is free. And so you basically have a premium account. So you have unlimited grids and unlimited topics. So you don't have to worry about those being limiting. So I have a grid that I've used over the past few years. And within that grid, I have several topics. Now, you probably saw the other grid. I was a co-teacher on another grid, so you're able to do that as well. So basically, your grid is going to be your class. And then in that grid, you have your multiple topics, which are the prompts that you provide. Okay, so this is an example of topics that are within the grid. I did a prompt last year during our showcase that just asked about which teacher inspired you. And so I provided the prompt. I had a video prompt itself along with the question. And then I provided that link to the people that attended my session, and they were able to record their response. And so that's basic. That's the basics of a grid and topics within the grid. So every prompt that you have will be a new topic. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk about how to create your first grid. So right here, it will have add new grid. So you will add a new grid and you're going to give it a name. And like I said, if it's just, if you're don't have multiple preps, maybe you just have your name and your grade level, or your name and your subject. So I would say Whitaker Math could be my grid. And then you have to select a grid type. That's also required. It does give you a little bit of information here, but basically the most popular option is by school email. And that just means when you provide your students with a code, the flip code to join your Flipgrid topic, then it will ask them for their email address, and they need to be in WPISD or your school domain to be able to get into that Flipgrid. So that's the most popular. Student ID probably won't be using. That's when you create a list of student IDs, then they use that. But we're going to be going with email address. And when you click on that, then you would just put in WPISD.com, or the domain that we use for our district. Now, I'm going to go ahead and select that. If you do want a public grid, which might be for your campus and you want parents to be able to see it, then you would go with this last one right here. Now let's talk about the name of your grid. This is the link that would go to my grid, this Whitaker Math grid that I'm creating here. but I can actually customize that last part. So if I want Whitaker Math, I can see if it's available, it's not available. So maybe I have to do Whitaker, maybe I do, let's see, WPMS Whitaker. And that's available. So whatever you want to do, just something maybe that's easy to remember, but just check to see if it's available. All right, and then when you go to next, it's adding that domain automatically for our students. So they already put that in there. Otherwise, you would just put wpisd.com. That's our domain that the student emails would be coming from. Then we're going to go to next. It says the grid is ready. There it is. I can copy that. I can send it to Google Classroom. And again, this is your grid, the whole grid, that when people go there, they're going to see all of your topics. So there is a difference between sending the link to your whole grid and the link to a specific topic, which is what we'll also talk about. So I'm going to go to the grid. And we're going to see that they've already created a topic for me to say hello. You can delete that. There are some actions over here. You can edit the topic, record a response. We'll talk about that in a second. Add topic guests, add to the Disco library, which we'll talk about in a second. Hide it, move it, duplicate it, export it, or delete it. So I'm going to delete it because I'm going to do my own. I want to permanently delete the topic. And so I don't have any topics. So I'm going to add a new topic, and I'm going to say, how was your summer? Just a little title. And then you go into a longer prompt. It has been crazy, blah, blah, blah. Tell me about your adventures. All right, and then, so you put in your prompt, which is your question. You do have these options here to change the time of it. It goes anywhere from 15 seconds to 10 minutes. A minute and a half and 2 minutes is probably the most popular because you don't want them going on too long. You do want to give them a little bit of limits, or else they'll just keep going, and you're going to be watching all of these. So you set that time. That's totally up to you. And then you can also choose to moderate it first before other students would be able to see those videos. So that just kind of gives a little roadblock to moderate a little bit. And then you've got the focus of this. So these are all the options here that you can provide in your prompt. Now, one of the most common ones is recording your own videos, because you're kind of setting the tone for their response. So you could record your own video, which I'll do in just a second. But I also like these different options here. Upload a video. Maybe you've already created one and you didn't want to do it again, or you did it without the Flipgrid app. You already have a video, so that's perfect. Or you want to include a YouTube video or a Vimeo video, and you want them to respond to that. So maybe you want to show them a video clip and have them respond to that video clip. So you are able to upload these, upload an image or GIF, add an emoji, and you have all of these different options as the focus here. So I'm going to record a video because I'm just going to ask the question and I'll walk you through those steps. So I just click on that and it brings up the prompt, and I'm on a Chromebook right now, so it's using my webcam and my microphone, and I'm going to hit record here, and please notice it does have some little options down here. I can add some little emojis if I want to. I can move them around, I can enlarge them, I can turn them. So that's up to you how you want to do that. And then you hit record, gives you a countdown. Hi students, I know it's been a crazy summer, but I want to know what you did. So let me know. And then I can hit pause if I want to, and I can keep recording. I can redo it right here. It is showing that I have 10 minutes that I am able to do some kind of prompt. So that's kind of nice. But when I'm done, it's going to let me see what I've just created. So you click next. Hi students, I know it's been a crazy summer, but I want to know what you did. So let me know. All right, you are able to trim it if you want to. So you just click on that and you're able to
students.
cut off the beginning or the end of that. So you can kind of trim that up. You can delete it. You can start over. It gives you plenty of opportunities, but it's kind of nice that the students see your face and able to get that personal touch to the prompt. And you're also, again, you're setting a tone for their responses as well. All right, so when you think you're good, you just hit confirm, check it out, hit next. And then before you're done, it's going to want you to take a little quick selfie. And this is just going to be what shows up on that topic, just kind of the picture of the topic. So again, you can add all these things down here. You can add some text. You can draw whatever you need to do. Take a quick selfie. And then if you are okay with it, you can redo it. But if you're okay, then you hit next. It just kind of walks you through. It's real easy. So congrats. You created the topic. I'm just going to confirm I have everything. You'll see your focus right here. I can delete that focus if I need to, and then create that topic. Now here is the link to the specific topic. So we have the link for your whole grid, which takes you to all the topics. Or if you just want them to go to a specific topic, this is the link you can copy. This will generate a QR code that you can provide. And when the kids scan that with their QR reader, then it will take them to the topic. Or you can go straight to Google Classroom and it will put that link in Google Classroom for you. So I would copy that. I would provide that in an email, or I'd put it in Google Classroom, and we're all set. And now the topic is ready. So if I go back to Whitaker Math Grid, there's that topic. And as you create more topics, they're just going to show up here. And you do have these options over here. If you have a topic that's still active, then you want that setting right there. If you don't want to receive any more responses, then you would freeze it. And if you want it hidden from your grid, then that's what you would choose right there to hide. This is the sharing settings for the topic again, if you ever need that. Topic guest mode is what you want to turn on if you do want family members to see this. So that's just an option right there. So just keep checking the settings to make sure it's exactly what you want. You've got different options here to be able to edit your topic or delete it here. And then you can also edit it right here with that pencil. So also before I leave this, you're able to change this picture right here by just taking edit the grid. And here's your picture right here. You can choose from different things that they provide, or you can use your own image. So I'm going to update that. And so that's up to you. And then let me talk about real quick what the kids would see. So actually, I'm going to show you, I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to open it up in another browser tab. And this is the link to the grid. Now, this is what the kids would see if they were to use their Chromebooks. They went to that link that you provided in Google Classroom or in an email or whatever, and then it's going to ask for their email. So you log in with Google, you choose your account, and then here is that here's that topic. So it's been crazy. Tell me about your adventures. There's that video prompt that I made. And here's the big green plus sign. And that's what they're going to see. They just click it and then they take off from there. It will walk them through step by step, very similar to what you saw when you made your video prompt. And there is also an app for the phone, which I think is very helpful. It has the big green plus sign. That's what the app looks like. And when they go to the app, it's going to ask for the code right there. And that's the last part of that link. That's the actual flip code that they can put in. It's also right here in the corner of it. Or they can scan the QR code as mentioned right there. So that's what they would do. And it would bring this up. They hit the plus symbol and then they take off. So hopefully that will help you understand what it can do, how it can be used. It's great for giving students a voice. I will tell you some things that I like. I know some teachers have already used this before, and I know that students got a little creative when they were shy and didn't want to be on the camera. Sometimes they would put a little stuffed animal in front of the camera and they would just talk. What I do like on the camera settings is relatively new, that you can pixelate yourself. And so they're able to be on the camera, but you can't really see their face because they're all pixelated and blurred out. So I kind of like that for the students that are still a little shy in front of a camera, but they still have that voice and that opportunity to give feedback. When they do, let me go back and show you some things on some that's already exists. So this was one that I had created, and you can actually see how many people have viewed those different videos. When you have it open to where the students can see other videos, they can actually reply in a video to them, or sometimes even a comment. You're able to give feedback in a comment or a video as well, which is great. If you just real quick, I want to point out, you see these arrows right here. It just means you can move, change the order of the videos that way. You can export your data. That means just save it. You can print QR codes. And here's a little bit of engagement data right there. But I just love that this is about feedback. It's about kind of reflecting on the learning, and then more feedback because you're able to respond to the responses. So I think that's kind of cool. One thing I want to make sure I point out is the Disco library. These are pre-made Flipgrids that are already done. You can do a quick search down here by topic and see what if somebody's already done something on a topic that you want to do. So if you ever have any kind of assignment that you want to just get their thoughts, get their feedback really quickly, Flipgrid would be a great option for that. So again, that's in the Disco library, and your grids would be under there. And again, you might just have one grid with multiple topics. So I hope that helps. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. I think this is a great app. It's a fun app. It's an easy to use app. And I know the students will love it. I know they love to play on their phones. I know they love to be on video and make videos, and it kind of taps into their creativity. And I'm hoping that it works great for your class. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.